Oh my God. Man, this guy is a truly disgusting and evil human being. I'm laying in bed on pain medication after bleeding out my eyes several weeks ago, and Dr. Taban is using a celebrity Hollywood lawyer to threaten my livelihood, saying he'll get me taken off all social media platforms because what I'm saying about him. I dare you, buddy. I dare you. I'll be on the next flight to LA and I will spend every ounce of credit I have left, the few $100,000 that my business will allow, to hire 100 morons to walk around Beverly Hills and hand out flyers. You would think this guy would be reasonable at some point and not try to battle out what his career's worth. And all of his secret society buddies that are trying to help him and defend him and
Slight sound issue cuts out? Or I don't think so. I can see the audio, like the monitor.
harass me. What you don't know, Dr. Taban, is those people will never get surgery with you again. All of your secret society, Illuminati, Freemason, celebrity, Hollywood buddies, they saw what you did to my face and they will never get surgery with you again. They just want to help you prey on other unknowing victims through your control of the media and your reputation. This is completely disgusting. So, Lavely and Singer is, I guess, very well-known Hollywood lawyer. I mean, if you look on their reviews, apparently they're like the bad guys, but they sent me a cease and desist via email, basically claiming that everything I'm stating is false. But I'm going to read this for the first time in front of you guys, and we're going to have a little bit of a laugh. But with how things are, with how corrupt things are, I'm sure these lawyers are going to attempt to contact YouTube and get my videos. And I mean, if I had to bet, I would bet that YouTube would comply, but I'm not 100% sure because all these people are working together. It doesn't matter whether their claim that I'm being defamatory is legitimate or not, because everything I've stated, to my knowledge, has been 100% factual and nothing has been slanderous or defamatory in the context of what this guy did to my face and my eyes. So let's see how they try to reason with this and what Taban spent all his money on. Dear Mr. Tufano, we are litigation counsel for the oculoplastic surgeon Mayor Taban MD. Oh, he didn't have his medical license taken away yet? That's surprising. I write in regard to your ongoing defamation and extortion campaign in which you issue demands to my client that he must pay you to remove your own false and defamatory content and to cease and desist any further publications regarding him and his medical practice, your campaign. Indeed, contrary to how you portray yourself as a victim online, it is clear that your campaign's true goal is to extort my client. As I sit here with frog mode activated, with one eye closed. Specifically, among other extortionate demands, you have sent him an email in which you stated that he must pay you $1 million annually to preserve his reputation and alleviate any unnecessary consequences. Without question, such demands that my client pay you to stop defaming him constitutes textbook extortion under the California Penal Code, which also gives you rise to civil liability for extortion. Accordingly, you may and will be held liable to the fullest extent of the law for not only your defamatory content, but
There could be a legitimate case made for extortion. As far as libel, as crazy as Frank is, I don't think there's any legitimate libel case, but extortion, that could be something they could get Frank on.
extortion. So I reached out to Dr. Taban via email. I said, look, I want this to end well for everyone.
Hey, Gum Gum. What's going on, little kitty? Hey, Gum Gum. Oh, how's my little kitty? Oh, yeah, you like ruining my chair. Why are you biting? No biting. No biting. What are you doing, big silly kitty? That's a good baby. Hey, that's your big chunko. Come, come. Come cuddle.
If you reimburse me, I will stop posting 100% factual content about what you did to my face. Nothing I'm saying is defamatory, and I'm honestly tired of exposing this guy. I would rather focus on my business and try to be reasonable and be compensated for the damages that he caused to my vision. The permanent damage to my appearance, the permanent vision loss, I thought $1 million a year was reasonable in the context of how much money this guy's earned in butchering people's faces. And if I went up to you and said...
So he is admitting to extortion.
How much money do you want for your face to be distorted and half blind the rest of your life? Most people would not have any amount of money. And if it was an amount, it would be so comically ridiculous, it would be more money than Dr. Taban has ever earned in his life. So I thought, $10 million, I mean, this guy's sitting in a $12 million mansion complaining about money that I'm extorting him. It's disgusting. And this attorney probably took, what, a $50,000 retainer? These people are disgusting human beings. Considering the below, demand is hereby made that you immediately remove your existing defamatory publications, including the permanent deletion of all of your defamatory social media posts and defamatory websites by no later than close of business on May 27th, 2025. Sorry, buddy. I'm having a hard time accessing my emails because I'm half blind and can only spend a certain amount of time looking at computer screens a day. So we're a little late on that. And permanently cease and desist your publications of the same. To be clear, this is your final chance to avoid litigation in which my client will take steps necessary to vindicate his rights, including but not limited to obtaining a judgment against you for a substantial amount of damage and injunctive relief, which among other relief will seek the recovery of my client's attorney fees and costs incurred in this litigation, as well as the deletion of your social media accounts at issue. So now you're threatening my livelihood. So I'm going to file my own motion in this current case for tortious interference that you are trying to destroy my life by threatening me. And this applies to this current case, which you can't do. This is completely ridiculous. So now I'm going to have to file a motion that you're threatening to remove my social media accounts, claiming that I'm making defamatory statements which are completely true to my knowledge. Nothing I have stated has not been factual. Otherwise, I feel like you would have taken down the videos already. And by all means, file whatever lawsuit you want. But if you file in California, it's getting dismissed for lack of jurisdiction. And if you file it here, I'm responding it to myself pro se, and I'll draw that lawsuit out for years. So we'll see how much money your buddy doctor loses over that period of time. For the record, as of today's date, your campaign has involved your creation and publication of at least 100 defamatory social media posts, as well as an 11-page defamatory website, each of which post and webpage features multiple false and defamatory claims regarding my client. While there are too many individual false and defamatory statements in your defamatory publication to recount in this letter, certain of these statements are worth highlighting due to their particularly damaging and repeated nature. Perhaps the most outrageous of your false and defamatory claims regarding my client are that he botched your cosmetic eye procedure along with hundreds and hundreds of his other patients' procedures, which caused you to become blind. You also... Have I ever said I'm blind or I'm partially blind and that I'm visually impaired? Have I ever said that I'm blind? Have I ever said that I'm completely blind? There are different types of blind, which you as a lawyer should be more specific about. You also falsely claimed in defamatory publications that my client failed to offer and provide you with corrective surgery or financial accommodations to which you were not entitled but demanded after you made him aware of your purported grievances with the initial procedure's results. You didn't offer me money. Taban never offered me money compensation. He said, oh, we could talk about it. And he was not qualified to perform a reconstructive surgery. He said he was unable to. You further falsely claimed that my client paid some unspecified third parties to harass you on social media, social media platforms to remove your defamatory social media posts, and to post fake positive reviews about himself and his practice on Google and other online review sites. None of these claims have any merit whatsoever, and you have no evidence to support them. In fact, all of these available evidence shows that you know your claims are false. Were you and your Illuminati buddies playing with while you were having this conversation, huh? Should I...
There you go. So now he's claiming they're child rapists.
Name the Illuminati in this case and watch it get dismissed? As discussed in the testimony that you As discussed further here in the testimony and hard evidence in this case, including but not limited to your patient file with my client and your own defamatory publications, will clearly show that you have made your defamatory publications with conscious disregard for my client's rights and truth. In reality, you have sought out and hired my client for 4 cosmetic eye procedures, including 3 procedures following the initial one that you claimed harmed you. You were fully informed of the potential risks for each of these 4 eye procedures, and my client provided you with proper care and accommodation before, during, and after these procedures, including offering you a full refund for your initial procedure and providing you with a free corrective procedure. No, that was never clear and in writing. Furthermore, in your defamatory social media posts, you constantly complain about other surgeries that you've received from other eye surgeons since you received your initial procedure by my client. Moreover, by flooding the internet with and monetizing your defamatory social media posts, soliciting donations from your followers on your defamatory websites, and extorting my client, your conduct has irrefutably shown that your true intentions are not to raise awareness or seek form of justice, but rather that you are engaging in the campaign for the sole and improper purpose of profiting at my client's expense. I'm fucking $300,000 in credit card debt from paying for eye procedures to fix my vision. You stupid fucking cocksucker. I didn't even raise $1,000. I don't even have $1,000. I haven't made any fucking money, you stupid fuck. Holy shit, I'll send you my tax returns, dude. I have not made any fucking money, which is how pathetic this shit is. You ruined my fucking face. I have more social media presence than anyone that has ever had surgery with this clown before, and I still can't get any help. That's why I'm still posting these ridiculous fucking videos, because even in my position, I am still screwed. I have not been compensated or reimbursed in any capacity for the amount of money I've had to spend on these surgeries to fix my face. And I'm still screwed, and I still have to get more surgeries, and this ugly fucking cocksucker is still harassing me with this bullshit. You motherfuckers are gonna come back and dig ditches for 100 lifetimes, and I'm gonna be fucking up in the sky laughing at you, regardless of what you do to me on this planet, you stupid motherfuckers. The bottom line is there is no credible evidence that exists to support any of your false and defamatory claims. Okay, hold on. Let me actually try to read this with both my eyes open. Hey, you know, if you came over here right now and said, Frank, I'll give you $33 million to read the rest of this with both your eyes open, I'm not getting 33 million, baby. Oh, man. No, I can't read one fucking word on this piece of paper with both my eyes open. In reality, all the evidence in this case supports that my client acted without culpability. What's one eye worth? What's one eye worth? Should we Google that? What's one eye worth? At a minimum, what we have here? In reality, all the evidence in this case supports that my client acted without culpability and that you have no defense for your defamation and extortion campaign. While you ignored my client's past demand letter and even published it on your social media, you should take extreme caution in how you respond to this final demand. Again, if you do not fully comply with the above demands, we are authorized to immediately pursue legal action against you. File the lawsuit, you stupid. Again, if you do not fully comply with the above, no, I just read that. And anybody else working in concert with you to hold you liable to the fullest extent of the law for your illegal defamation and extortion campaign. Man, how many more pages do we have? This video is going to be too long. The statements in your defamatory publications are demonstrably false. By the way of background, in
CDG donate trailers. Hey Frank, the moral of the story is don't get cosmetic surgeries, especially don't get unnecessary high-risk surgeries. Yeah, he's probably not going to learn. Thanks for the donation, CDG.
in the fall of... The fact that I'm reading this on camera and the fact that he didn't file this in the current case means it's BS. It's complete BS, because if he had any factual statements, it would be determined in the case. The reason there's an ongoing lawsuit is so that this can be resolved. So the fact that he's trying to threaten me outside of it is...
Yeah, come here, Gum Gum.
Is definitely worth noting. In the fall of 2023, you sought out and hired my client to perform a cosmetic eye procedure in California because you wanted to change your appearance. I wanted to improve my appearance. The initial procedure took place on November 30th, 2023, and only after meeting with my client to discuss the procedure, being fully informed by my client, orally and in writing, of the associated risks with the procedure, and signing the requisite agreements with my clients to receive the procedure. In or around February 2024, you and my client had your scheduled 3-month post-operation visit in which you stated to him that you were happy about your new appearance, but complained of double vision. I never said I was happy with the appearance. I was unsure of the appearance. A known and rare side effect of the surgery, which your client vastly understated the risk, claiming that it is a 2% risk of double vision, whereas all medical literature cites at least 15% risk, multiple times higher. We're closer to a coin flip. Soon after this visit, you elected to have a strabismus double vision surgery performed by another surgeon in or around April 2024. You informed my client as a follow-up visit that your double vision was corrected and stated you were happy with your... Alright, this is ridiculous because you're just making shit up and you have no proof I said any of that because I didn't. You were still satisfied with my client's services and care that you requested that he perform a filler injection procedure to improve your perceived hollowness. I was attempting to get him to fix the botch job he did in some capacity. In a gesture of compassion for you, my client graciously performed the second procedure for free. Holy fuck, this guy wants to bury himself for the rest of his life. Holy shit, this guy's a fucking moronic, psychopath, sociopathic, delusional, Illuminati retard. Only after this follow-up visit and representing to my client on multiple occasions and representing on that you were happy with your appearance. Holy fuck, this is pathetic. You told my client for the first time that you believed your eyes appeared crossed. In response, my client informed you that this perceived issue was just an illusion. He's still trying to gaslight me. Holy shit, this is hilarious. But if you truly felt it was necessary, we're like halfway through this and he hasn't said anything that I've, like, the whole reason he's saying this is he's saying I'm saying defamatory stuff, but he hasn't said it yet. Like, what's the problem? What did I say that was defamatory? Following this conversation in or around September 24, you posted a video on your social media accounts in which you made multiple false and defamatory statements regarding my client and created one of your defamatory websites, botched by Taban. Even though this video and defamatory website...
No, I'm not an Asmongold fan. I'm not...
...included false and defamatory claims regarding my client, and that you had no basis to make those claims, my client still felt compassion for you based on your claim that you were unhappy with the way you saw yourself and offered you a full refund for your initial procedure. For reasons unknown to my client at the time, it is now clear you were planning to use your campaign to extort him for more than the refund. You rejected the offer. Yeah, because I already spent how many thousands of dollars on the strabismus procedures, and I already lost how many hundreds of thousands of dollars on my business for not being able to perform my YouTube channel anymore. This is completely ridiculous. In or around January 2025, you proceeded with your campaign and posted defamatory... This is so comically ridiculous.
Yeah, being perfectly fair, this is clearly bullshit. Frank is actually far more in the right here than this lawyer and Dr. Taban. Like, for once, Frank is right. These people are just scumbags.
I don't even have to explain it to you guys. I'm sure I don't. You posted defamatory social media posts in which you blame my client for your purported vision and appearance issues. Yet you admitted in the same post that you had been consulting and receiving multiple eye surgeries from other surgeons, which, in your view, were all unsuccessful. Significantly, in at least one of these posts, you complained about one of the other surgeons with whom you had consulted and or received an eye surgery, but did not name him. Thus, it is documented that you have a history of feeling unsatisfied with your appearance after cosmetic procedures, may have received poorly executed or complicating procedures on your eyes from other surgeons, and 3, understand the significance of specifically identifying another person in your public statement. So, the damage that Taban caused to my eyes was so complicated and unusual that even these medical professionals were unable to fix it. I went to one of the best strabismus surgeons in New York, Dr. Wisnicki, and he was unable to correct it. And then I went to Dr. Julie Nam, who was able to correct it. Dr. Wisnicki was being more conservative and trying to be very careful, so he didn't fully correct the strabismus. His goal was just, hey, let me just give this guy some vision back with minimal risk. Dr. Julie Nam maybe took a little more risk to help try to get my appearance better, but this is history of being unsatisfied with cosmetic procedures. The only cosmetic procedure, purely cosmetic, that I've had done in my life was with Dr. Taban. So that's a dumb statement to make. After publishing numerous defamatory social media posts and launching one of your defamatory websites, you filed a frivolous and untimely malpractice lawsuit against my client on January 6th. And is any lawsuit ever timely? And began the extortion arm of your campaign. Specifically, you sent an email to my client dated February 28th, in which you stated that in order for my client to preserve his reputation and alleviate any unnecessary consequences, i.e. removing the defamatory publications and seizing the defamation arm of your campaign, he must pay you $1 million per year until your malpractice case against my client has ended, or you will maintain and continue your campaign. When my client did not respond to your extortion demand, you proceeded with relentlessly publishing more defamatory social media posts. Hey, what's defamatory, buddy? You still haven't told me. More recently, you've published a defamatory social media post in which you plainly stated you're going to still like going after my client in videos and still trying to get some compensation. On March 19th, 2025, my client then sent you a letter demanding that you cease and desist your campaign, to which you did not directly respond, but instead published it in a defamatory social media post. Indeed, despite receiving this formal notice of your significant liability to my client, you decided to only amplify the frequency at which you post your false and defamatory content regarding my client and his medical practice, and you have shown no remorse. Moreover, your conduct has shown that true and improper purpose of your campaign is to financially benefit you and your business at my client's direct expense. Even beyond your outright extortion of my client, this much is made clear by the sheer number and monetization of your defamatory. I make like $300 a month off YouTube. Does this guy know how much money I make off social media? I'll show you my fucking pay stub. Literally, $330 last month. Accordingly, it would appear that hiring my client for cosmetic surgery and subsequently taking issue with the results was a strategic decision to generate attention grabbing. I wish I never got this fucking surgery and I had more money before the surgery. Alternatively, but just as disingenuous, you simply realized it's more profitable to make content regarding your grievances and to be a victim than to tell the truth. My client went above and beyond to satisfy you, and you're blaming him for your own insecurities. So he's implying I've made money, but I haven't. Like, he thinks I've made money for some reason. He's trying to claim I've made money off these social media posts, but my TikTok isn't monetized. TikTok has actually banned me and doesn't even allow to advertise my small business on TikTok. Considering the facts above, your specific claims, well, that's debatable, highly debatable. Your specific claims regarding my client and his medical practice constitute false and defamatory statements for which you will be held liable. For example, you falsely claim in your defamatory publications that my client botched your surgery along with hundreds and hundreds of his other patient surgeries. In making these claims, you provide no evidence. There's plenty of evidence. There's plenty of evidence to support them. And in fact, all the available evidence shows these statements are false. With specific respect to your initial procedure, as explained above, you had a known and rare symptom from one of the procedures which you admit was corrected by another surgeon. So when I send discovery requests to your client for all the NDAs you've ever issued, how fucked in the ass are you gonna be? How fucked in the ass are you gonna be when you have to show me that you've issued hundreds and hundreds of NDAs to different people you've performed surgery on, just so they can get their money back and then they're not able to sue you? How many, Taban? How many NDAs have you issued in your career? How fucked would you be? To the extent that you still experience the symptom, you have continued to have more eye operations, which may be at fault. Indeed, you have admitted I'd love to leave this up to a jury trial, my friend. Indeed, you have admitted in your defamatory social media posts that you've received numerous eye surgeries since my client's initial procedure and complained about at least one other surgeon's performance in at least one of your defamatory social media posts. Furthermore, if you truly believe that my client botched your procedure, you would not have told him that you liked your appearance on multiple occasions. Yeah, let's see. I want proof of that, buddy. With respect to your claim regarding my client's other patients, you provide no evidence to support this claim. Yeah, I mean, I have multiple people that have reached out directly to me, and I have also showed screenshots on my social media posts of people emailing me saying they've been botched by Dr. Taban. So I have been personally emailed on multiple occasions, and I'm part of multiple Facebook groups from I Support Surgeons.
21st. Thanks for the...
That have had multiple victims.
Yeah, I might play Metal Slug.
Victims of Dr. Taban. You want me to file a class action too? I'll do it next week, buddy. I'll file the exact same lawsuit, class action, and I will publicly post on social media that anyone willing to join a class action lawsuit against Dr. Taban. You want me to do that, buddy? You want another lawsuit? Furthermore, with respect to your claim regarding my client's other patients, we do. We have evidence. Nonetheless, contrary to your false claims otherwise, it is well documented that the occurrence of complications from surgeries performed by my client is extremely low. Further, my client has numerous publications in peer-reviewed journals that discuss his exact technique, results, and complications about the procedures you had. Is that why that the first thing that all of these medical associations said is that they have nothing to do with you? Like the I forgot the exact name of it. It's like Academy of Ophthalmic Surgeons, Medical Board of California, the Plastic Surgeons Association, all these top official associations that I sued along with you. The first thing they said in response to this case was, "Oh, we have nothing to do with him. We are not responsible for his credentials whatsoever." So these guys dropped you like a hot fucking potato. They didn't even try. Instantly negated. So you're saying you have numerous publications in peer-reviewed journals. Your peers dropped you the second they fucking could. The second they could. You also falsely claim that my client did not provide you with proper care or offer to help you and or provide you with any corrective procedure after you complained about your results. As noted, my client's this is like stuff that is being debated in the lawsuit. There's no reason for him to mention this stuff. But I figured in this he was going to say what was defamatory, but he hasn't yet. We're already at 25 minutes on this fucking thing. It is also indisputable that my client provided you with care before, during, and after, and corrective measures after your complaints about your initial procedure. Specifically, when you complained about your perceived hollowness at your follow-up visit April 2012, my client provided you with a filler injection procedure free of charge. When you later complained that you appeared cross-eyed, my client offered to perform a touch-up eyelid surgery once you healed from other procedures. Then, when you published your first false and defamatory video regarding my client and first defamatory website, he offered to refund the procedure's cost.
Could I squeeze through that?
You further falsely claim that my client is paying unspecified third parties to harass you on social media. Remove your defamatory social media posts and post fake reviews regarding him and his medical practice. Again, you failed and cannot provide evidence showing my client is involved in such conduct or has paid anyone else to engage in such conduct on his behalf. Nonetheless, he assured that my client and others are prepared to testify that he has never engaged in any of the aforementioned conduct and has never paid anyone to act in such ways on his behalf. Yeah, of course, because you can lie in front of the court. These people are literally having Illuminati meetings every day and keeping things secret. They're probably literally meeting with the judges in this case too. Now, can I prove any of this? No. But this world is controlled by secrecy. So he's literally gloating in my face that I have screenshots of bot accounts posting on my YouTube. Can I directly prove those bot accounts were hired by him? Okay, if I audit the bot account company, they're probably just gonna lie. And of course, Dr. Taban is gonna lie. You also falsely claim that you're blind as a result of my... Okay, again, I'm not repeating myself. There's differences between partially blind, and the fact that I opened both my eyes and I can't read this paper is direct proof that I have some form of visual impairment. And I'm applying for disability, and I have multiple doctors. So I literally have doctor's notes on my computer from Dr. Julie Nam of my current medical condition that I'm visually impaired. So I've had medical professionals write official documentation that I am visually impaired and blind. And partially blind or at least visually impaired. So you stating is factually incorrect based on the current evidence. While you have purportedly experienced the symptom of double vision when looking in certain directions, the symptom does not even remotely constitute what is referred to as legal or half blindness. Yeah, I mean, I have blurred vision. I'm unable to focus. So I have much more visual impairment beyond double vision. I have limited movement in my eyes. This is nothing for you to be disputing in this pathetic fucking excuse for a letter. In any event, you admitted to my client that your purported double vision was corrected by another surgeon. No, it was never corrected. It was partially improved. So, right out of surgery from Dr. Taban, my vision was fucking horrible. I got in 2 car accidents, actually, because of how bad my vision was. I should not have been driving. The double vision strabismus procedures slightly improved my vision. Further, to the extent you are again experiencing the symptom, you've had numerous other eye surgeries since my client's procedure, which, if anything, are the true cause of it. All procedures that I've had have slowly improved my vision. Every procedure I've had since Dr. Taban has slowly improved the vision. We've been getting better and better and better. Still not corrected, but still all improved from Dr. Taban. Based on the above, it is clear that you've deliberately engaged in your campaign for no other reason than to garner attention and money without regard for the significant consequences that would naturally result to my client.
Played Night Rain.
Including the safety consequences that would naturally result to him, include but not limited to death threats from your followers. Enough is enough. Yeah. Just like you have no control over the bots that you hired, I've never talked to any of these followers that have threatened you. I think these people are genuinely upset and angered by what you did to me, and I'm a person that they care about because of how I've helped them in the past. You know, the contrast between him having to pay and hire people with money he got from all these cosmetic procedures and basically blood money for how many people he's botched, to people that genuinely care for me is the true contrast of the real situation here. The defamatory publications are libelous per se. The damages are presumed. Can you please... Oh man, this video is going to be like an hour long. By creating such blatantly libelous fabrications about my client, you and anyone acting in concert with you have exposed yourselves to significant liability for substantial monetary damages and other legal and equitable. Indeed, where a publication contains provable false factual assertions, it rises to the level of defamation. C. Milkovich versus Lorraine, Journal Code 497. So, you know, it's funny how you lawyers memorize all these BS cases instead of just doing the right thing. Same with these judges. These judges are on such power trips because of their knowledge of the law and how much facts they know, and referring to other cases which were all secret society dominated, controlled, never doing the right thing, gloating and bragging about all of the Freemasonic and Illuminati controlled court cases that defended their secret society buddies. Ooh, I care so much about these court cases. The definition of libel is very broad and includes almost any language which upon its face has a natural tendency to injure a person's reputation, either generally or with respect to his or her occupation. If a defamatory meaning, I don't give a fuck. What did I say that's defamatory? Let's see, let me browse through this. All right, he's legal jargon. You'd be putting this in a lawsuit if it had any merit. Enough 2 whole pages of him naming lawsuits. Moreover, to the extent you claim your false factual portrayals of my client were mere opinion, you're still liable. See Overstock Inc. versus Grading Analytics. See also Milkovich versus Lorraine. In my opinion, John Jones is a liar. Yeah, but see, my opinion is closer to the facts than not, which is why you're wrong. Your false and unlawful statements, highly debatable. Your campaign is textbook extortion under California's penal code. Outrageous sum of $1 million per year. I don't think it's outrageous, considering your client just sold his $12 million mansion to live in a $7 million mansion. And considering, I estimated this guy makes between $5 and $15 million per year. So I thought $1 million per year was generous, to be honest. Really, buddy? You wrote this whole fucking bullshit letter and didn't even write one thing that I said was defamatory? Not one thing? Not one thing? Really? out of all of the dozens of social media posts I've made, you did not take one sentence that I've stated claiming that it's false. You posted a few here that I quickly refuted. Pathetic. The only thing I'm worried about is the secret society buddies at YouTube can do whatever they want, so who knows what's going to happen. In the context of everything, I thought it was pretty reasonable. Now, we can go back and forth. I figured, what's this guy's career worth? How much money does this guy plan on making the rest of his career? 50, 100, 150 million dollars? How about you write me a check for half of what your career's worth, and then we'll leave each other alone? I think that's perfectly reasonable considering what you did to my face. If there was any semblance of justice, you would have to reimburse any client that was unsatisfied with your surgery. And I think in order to do that fairly, you'd be broke. You'd be in the negative. So this whole situation is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I think what this guy's saying to me and the facts of this situation are enough of a testament to me to not have to go into detail and explain anything further. I filed other motions in this case yesterday that because I have to amend the complaint, but what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to file a third-party complaint against this lawyer, and I'm going to have this lawyer added to the lawsuit as a defendant, in which he will not be able to defend Taban anymore, which I think would be for him to be, me reaching out to Dr. Taban and saying, hey, if you compensate me, I will stop posting factual content. That was the deal. I'm being factual. I'm sharing my opinions. I'm showing what he did to my face and my eyes. I've been factually documenting this botched eye surgery nightmare. That's what I've been doing. I've been factually documenting it, and I basically said, look, I'll stop documenting it if you compensate me. It's a win-win for both of us. You're probably losing more than $1 million a year, probably. So it'd be a win-win for both of us, but instead he sends me this bullshit. So I guess we're beyond being perfectly reasonable. And I hope I can get this lawyer added as a defendant on this case for threatening my livelihood. So
one of the few times I actually side with Tufano. That sounds insane. Let me see.
When did Frank have his first eye procedure?
I think it was a couple years ago. Thanks for the donation, James. 21st until